Well, hello there. I'm just taking a little video here. I'm just resting the horses and resting myself. I'm just having a little sit down here. I've been out in the woods. There's the horses behind me. Just chilling. It's a day here at the end of March. I'm logging in the bush here, and it's a very mild day. It's supposed to go up to plus 12 or 13 degrees Celsius today. It was -2 last night. And you can kind of see still quite a bit of snow. There's still ice on the pond there. Back in behind you can see there's a tree had to drop on the pond, brushed it off. Beaver pond. So yeah, there's still probably a good foot and a half of snow in spots in the bush here. But as soon as you scrape the snow off and get a little bit of exposed surface, you can see here it melts right down to the rock and the dirt. So anyways, just a little update here on life as March comes to a close, and it's Monday and Holy Week, and right now I'm stranded in the bush. I haven't got a truck. My truck's at the garage getting its annual safety, so I wasn't able to get to church yesterday for Palm Sunday because it's a long walk from here to there, and so yeah, but it's been a good week. We got a fair bit logging done. I'm hoping to get a fair bit done this week. Tomorrow I gotta go get my truck, pick it up, do a few errands, get resupplied with some groceries and whatnot. Also, I gotta buy a couple of things here. I'll show you what happens with I have a two-piece wedge here. These old wedges, you can see, possibly you can see there. These are these plastic felling wedges, and I've had this particular one. I bought two of these stills, I don't know, maybe 8-10 years ago, and they've been banging around doing good service for all that time. And you can see there, maybe possibly, how little of that was actually still good meat holding. So anyways, this morning I was busy pounding it into a tree to convince it to fall a certain way, and they just snapped off. They get cracks, and then it's plastic. So I got to pick up. I still got more wedges, but I got to pick up a couple more next time I get to the. You got to get chainsaw, bar oil, and a couple of wedges. So, but yeah, I'm working on this log job here. I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to keep working on it this year. It all depends on the snow and the footing. Once the snow goes, it just becomes a mudslide because I have to pull up out of, right now I'm working down in a little bit of a hole here, pulling up a hill. It's not a very high hill, only a 10-foot rise, but it becomes a slick, slidey slope. Right now it's kind of slushy, icy, was snow. And yeah, so once the snow goes, there is no frost in the ground. There was no frost in the ground this past winter because we got so much snow early on that it just didn't, the ground never froze. So that's been a bit of a battle this winter. I was able to get in this past week, and I was able to clear off a little bit of a swamp pocket where it was beneficial to me that it was warm for a couple of days, and then it got cold. We had 2 or 3 cold nights, like -15 Celsius, and then it didn't really warm up much in the day, only a degree or two above, and then in the shade and down in a little hollow, because prior to that, you would step down, there was like 2 foot of snow in there, and you would step down through the snow, your foot would just go right down, and then you'd be into the water. It was because there was no ice. It's just the snow came so fast in the fall and never left, and so there's no frost in the ground, so the under the snow water always kept going. So I was able the last week or two to get the little bit of a swamp pocket cleared off, So now I'm up on higher ground, but it's a ridge. Like a granite ridge, and it's kind of like, for anybody's in the U.S., we're basically like Appalachia, just way colder. A little bit different species of trees, but it's granite knobs, hollows. You alternate between swamp hollows and granite knobs, and it's in that in between phases where you grow anywhere there's enough dirt to stick to the granite, you got woods. So you got to get in the swamp pockets in when she froze up, and or you do a lot of cabling and winching and these ridges. But now what the problem I have now is I'm on a side slope. I got a side slope, and it's granite, kind of granite ledges. If you get a little further away here, you see you got the top of the hill here and the bottom of the hill here, and it'll come up, and then it'll ledge for maybe 6-8 feet, and then it'll go another granite blob, and then it'll ledge a bit, for maybe 5-6 feet. But you can't get horses on it. You just can't get horses down there, and the trees are growing out of the side of the granite. So you either got to work from the bottom, and the trees are laying whatever way they're laying, like when they're standing, they're leaning one way or the other. Most of them are leaning, in my case, they're leaning to the south, which means they're falling up the hill, because I'm working on the north side of this ridge, sort of like a granite cliff face. So I got to work at the top, cut the tree up, hope it falls up far enough I can cable it up, and the ones that are going to fall down are going to fall on the pond. So either way, they got to be cabled up, because they can't get on the pond. Now, there wasn't enough time for me to get on there when the ice was froze. So it's one time when I wish I had a winch. I don't have. I have lots of cables. I got pulleys, but it'd be much faster if I just had a winch on the back of the tractor, and you could just park the tractor, brace it, chain it off to a tree if you needed to, and then winch